Okay, I have scoured the internet looking for how to take apart this Decosonic juicer. I know the basics of taking apart the juice piece and taking apart the lid, which seems to be fairly simple because we want to make nice fresh lemonade with all these lemons that are all over my table next to a box of SpongeBob cereal. Now, I got this from somebody and I have never used it. It's been in my pantry for quite some time. I know that the blade turns. This is the blade and the basket, and I know that the blade turns clockwise. So I've been turning it counterclockwise in hopes that it would come off, and it doesn't. A lot of places I've looked online and YouTube channels and everything you can think of, and normally there is a little tiny screw right here, an Allen wrench, or two holes here and here, or here and here. And this line right here is where I used the scissors to try to pry it to move, and that didn't work. And I don't want to just run water through it, or vinegar through it, or hot water with vinegar through it, because it's got all this goop inside of it, and I really don't know what's going to be inside the base part. Now, this base part is fairly simple to move. It lifts up and slides out. And I've contacted health friends, I've contacted normal people, I've contacted everybody. And this here is the juice extractor model number NT8814. And of course, I have made sure that it is unplugged, so I'm not doing anything crazy. It's really cool. It has these suction cups on it, which I like, so it's not going to shake off the counter, or kids aren't going to pull it off the counter. But I'm waiting to hear from a health enthusiast about how exactly, possibly, to clean off and take off this basket, to take off the rest of it, to see how clean I can get this. So I'm going to figure a few things. I read on a website saying that this is a World War II old-fashioned juicer, which I don't think so. It seems like it's pretty up to date. There, however, is not a basket to catch pulp in. I think that's what this basket's for, and the blade down here. So let's hope that we have some good news. And keep looking. Okay, I've looked up a few manuals, like I said before, for the Decosonic, and I still can't figure out how to get this off. Now, I know it looks weird from when I first started the video, but that's because all this does is slide and lock in place. It's hard to do it with only one hand. It makes a loud pop. Let's see if I can do it with one hand. It's not broken. That's what it's actually supposed to do. But you can't get this piece off without taking off the basket first. Now, what somebody's post was saying is that this is a World War II old-fashioned Decosonic juicer, and that you're supposed to turn the basket counterclockwise, which I've been doing forever, and I've been lifting it and turning it counterclockwise, which is why my thumbs are very, very sore. But one of my friends, Jessica Johnson, from a health group that I follow, and from the company Voodoo Herbs, actually is looking up a manual for me. So we'll find out what she says and get back to you. Okay, so we're back, and apparently I'm still supposed to just turn it counterclockwise, wiggle a little bit, and it pops right out. That hasn't happened. And I've used a spoon, some scissors, pliers, my coffee, and I'm really frustrated. And the Phillips screwdrivers, because I took off the base of this beast, and there's nothing inside. Just the motor and the wires. Should look kind of dangerous from here. I did, however, find out that someone is selling one on eBay for about $100 with the booklet, and I'm not going to pay $100 just to get the booklet. I've looked online, tried to see if there was a business page for Decosonic, and there isn't. And this is the World War I or World War II Decosonic, and I still can't be quite 100% sure of that, except for the model number seems to match up. So this doesn't do anything. Again, I took this off with it being unplugged because I don't need to be electrocuted. And I have now held it and grabbed it with pliers, twisted, pulled, yanked, and I even rinsed it out. That's why it's kind of wet now, which is really gross. So I even ran water through this to see what would happen. And at first the water came out clear, and then it wasn't so clear, and it started producing this brown, yucky stuff, because that's pretty much what it is. It's just brown gunk in there. And with it being an electrical device, I don't think it would be smart to soak it, and I can't put it in the dishwasher. So I am going to continue to try to pull apart this basket and blade. This little dip right here, that's from using the spoon. This scratch is from using the scissors. And there are now little pieces of plastic that's scraped and discolored from using the pliers. So, fingers crossed, I'm going to figure out how to get this off, and then it should be easier to get off. So this is clockwise, this is counterclockwise, and I'm spinning it counterclockwise for probably a good, I don't know, a good forever hours. I feel like I've been working on this. I have been working on this for about 2 hours. And I even tried this really powerful magnet to use it to lift up and pull. I saw one, and that didn't work. I saw one tutorial do that. Another tutorial has keys, like I said before, that go into these little holes. But these aren't, they don't push down. And that's a really sharp blade. So you can see my finger. I haven't cut myself yet, so that's really good. So I'm going to try a few more things. My daughter just came in here. And you're how old, Marissa? How? 6. I can never remember. She's my youngest, and I told her to take it apart. Don't cut your fingers on the bottom part, okay?
I won't.
Because some people say kids can do things better than adults, so it says to turn it counterclockwise, so the opposite the way the clock turns. Good job. And wiggle it a little bit, and it should pop out. And there it is if she pulls this out. Go ahead, keep going. I'll give you $1 if you can get this out. You want to see if your brother can try?
No, I want that dollar.
Baby, mommy's been working on this for 2 hours. I don't know how to get it out. But don't touch those parts. Those are sharp. That seems like the logical way of doing it, right? Is there any other way you could think of pulling it out? Here, let me show you this. Watch. Watch your fingers. What is this? That never came out before. Hold on, let me see where that came out. Well, okay, we'll keep trying. I don't know. Now we have an extra piece. We don't know where it came from. And try taking out the basket again. Counterclockwise. I've tried doing that too. You have little fingers. It was hurting Mommy's fingers. Is it hurting your fingers? A little bit. Nothing in there. I know I took it off. I wanted to see. Well, we can make lemonade with all that gunk in it.
No, you should clean it out.
We can't. We gotta take the basket out. Okay, so we'll be back. Say bye.
Whoopsie.
Okay, so I decided to run it under hot water. So that's what we're doing. Running the basket with hot water. It's still coming out pretty clear. It's not brown muck anymore, but the basket looks like it's loose from what it was before.
It was hard. It was hard to get that basket out.
It's still not out.
Yep, and I need to make some lemonade.
So we're gonna let it run for a while. Maybe it's just got some old food in it. We'll see. Okay, so I saved you guys the trouble of watching me huff and puff with all my might with these awesome monkey wrenches, and I pretty much pulled and twisted, made sure this was unlocked, pulled and twisted, and now it's stuck again, and then it's out.
Aw, I don't get the dollar.
So, I'm not sure why. Maybe because of all this food and that hot water loosened everything up. I really hope this isn't how it's supposed to be all the time. But I do know what helped was to have this piece loosened. So now that we have, I had to put a towel down because I was messing up my table, which I'm not happy about. So if anybody has any comments to tell me how to fix my table, that would be awesome because I really love my table. But now that I have the basket out, which isn't as gross as it was, this just lifts right up and it has all that gunk in it. Once again, I have never used this juicer before, and it was stuffed in the back of my pantry. It was given to me by somebody at church. And it doesn't say anywhere on here that you can't stick it in the dishwasher, and this is just plastic. So maybe on a quick load or soak it in the sink. And here and here are the motor mounts, and that's where, grab that for me. That's where these buttons came from that came flying out. So one goes here. Thank you, Sebastian. And
wait.
gently goes in there. Locks in place. This is what turns. And that's it. Pretty simple after almost 3 hours of trying to get this basket off. That's what it had to have been. It had to have been stuck by food or something, because if you look really close when the camera focuses, there's some gunk right there. And it looks like it was sealed all the way around. So I think that hot water really helped. But if you have any questions, go ahead and post them. Not sure if I can answer them because I still have not found a manual on this device, on this little juice extractor. I did find out it was the World War I Decosonic juice extractor. It's not a juicer, it's a juice extractor. And it's on sale on eBay for like $100. And I told my boyfriend, I said, well, we could sell it as slightly used for $50 if this thing doesn't come off. Give somebody else the problem. But we fixed it. I pulled it apart. Now I can wash it, and then we can juice all of our lovely lemons.
And
we take lemons and make them into lemonade.
And we have 23 lemons.
Yep, freshly picked by me.
So, my proud children will now have their lemonade. Okay, so we're going to cut some lemons into our nice and clean Deco or Deco Sonic. And my son Sebastian, who cut his finger while sharpening a knife, don't ever do that again, is going to record for us. So, let's see how our juicer works. So first we need a lemon. Go ahead and stand on this side of me. I don't have instructions, so I just gotta figure out how to do this. So I'm thinking I cut it down, maybe even in, what do you think, fourths?
Yeah.
That's gonna smell good. Fresh lemon from a tree. Okay, we're gonna put them in here. Put that in there. Use this little thingy to push them down. I'm gonna turn it on. Ready?
Go.
Countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
That was kind of cool.
Yep. There it goes.
That's one lemon. Make another lemon.
Yep. Look at that. Fresh.
Turn it off.
It vibrates the cup.
Let's do one more lemon and then I'll show you where that pulp is coming from. See how there's no pulp in that? That's just straight lemon juice. I guess the difference between, don't turn the phone, honey. I guess the difference between an extractor and a juicer is something to do with the pulp. I don't know. This is my first time using one. So, 3,
2, 1. Look at that.
straight lemon juice. If you show up here, Sebastian, show the phone here. You take out our little doohickey. And let's unplug it. Don't have any problems with that. And there's all of our pulp. Inside here is all of our pulp.
Pulp. What's
Pulp.
pulp?
pulp are the seeds and the rinds and those little stringy things when you eat an orange or a lemon. That's all the excess that's not juice. Looks really cool. And now we have...
Homemade lemon juice.
Okay, don't do that all together. Ready? Now we have...
Homemade
Lemon juice.
All right.